you're in the sky, like high up in the sky. You've got a step from one pillar to the next, and there isn't a trampoline underneath you. You don't have a harness, but you can see everyone else around you with their harnesses on, and they've got their trampolines to fall back onto if they fall off. But Capricorn moons, they don't have a crutch, they don't have a harness, they don't have a safety net. They literally just have themselves. And hi guys, welcome back to Spiritual. To start with, I am a Capricorn moon myself, and I've been studying astrology for 3 years now. I've discovered a lot about Capricorn moons and why they are, or why we are the way we are, and yeah, let's just dive straight into this. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that Capricorn moons are perceived or named cold, heartless, emotionless, the guarded, icy. We are known for being like the ice queens, the ice kings, and I'm here today to explain the real truth behind that. I mean, all the Capricorn moons out there, you probably know what I'm talking about. Capricorn moons often would go through experiences when they were younger where they opened up their heart to a person or to people. They did speak about their emotions, but it would always backfire on them. Capricorns aren't going to express their emotions unless they know that they're getting something in return, unless they know that they can feel safe, unless they know that they will be comforted. Because of Capricorn's bad experiences, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the father figure of the planets. Saturn teaches you valuable lessons through hardships, through challenges, through pain. You know, if you look at anything painful that you've experienced a long time ago, you'll probably be able to, if you've grown, you'll be able to see how that was actually good for you, how you needed that. You needed that to get to where you are now, and that's why Capricorn moons experience a lot of hardships, because it's helping them grow into the person that they're supposed to be. Deep down underneath that surface, that icy surface, Capricorn moons are really emotional. Capricorn moons are really sensitive. The sister sign of Capricorn is Cancer, and Cancer is the sign of love and attachments, sensitivity, care, nurture. So even though they're opposites, even though Capricorn and Cancer are opposites, they are sister signs, so they do have similarities. So Capricorn can be just as sensitive as Cancer. It's just Capricorns don't show it. They will be going through something horrendous and something so bad that I can't even put it into words. Like, you wouldn't believe how bad a Capricorn moon's life is, or life was, or experiences they're going through, but then they appear so well put together. Capricorn moons, they're very, very strong individuals. They honestly have the power to be successful in anything they want. Money is their priority. It's at the top. The amount of times a Capricorn moon will decline invitations, like for work. And it's not just like that a Capricorn moon needs materialistic items. To Capricorn moons, money means stability and security, and for a lot of the time Capricorn moons are often like, they're the types of people to be grinding for their family, or to help people, or to provide some kind of support system. Capricorn moons, they are building empires all around this world. If you're a Capricorn moon and you're not successful yet, it's in your nature to be successful, so you are going to be successful. So yeah, now I'm gonna go a little bit more deeper into Capricorn moons. Like, that was just like the surface. I'm gonna go some layers deeper into the onion. Basically, the moon is ruled by Cancer, and like I said earlier, Cancer is the opposite sign of Capricorn. The moon feels most at home in the sign of Cancer. So because Cancer is opposite to Capricorn, the moon feels the most uncomfortable in the sign of Capricorn. And obviously the moon is maternal energy. The moon is motherly energy. Often your moon sign not only reveals or points towards your emotions, how you express them, how you deal with them, how you cope with them, it also conveys your relationship with your mother and how that was in childhood. And obviously, because the moon is the most uncomfortable in the sign of Capricorn, every single Capricorn moon person has had issues with their mother, because it's just part of the Capricorn moon's journey. Capricorn moon children, often their mother, or if it wasn't their mother, then just their childhood in a general, they were treated like an adult. They weren't treated like a child. They were probably left crying all the time, and their emotions weren't valued or respected, and they weren't even listened to in some people's cases. Capricorn moon people as children were very emotionally neglected, and because of this, because their emotions weren't tended to, they had no one to do it for them except themselves. So this is why Capricorn moon people grow up into people who they don't need anyone. Capricorn moon placements, we don't need anyone because we had to put our own band-aids on. We had to look after ourselves, but we were only children, and we had to learn how to look after ourselves when no one was teaching us how to. A lot of the time, Capricorn moons, they were abandoned in some way. So obviously it will be different for every person, because you don't just have your moon sign, there's loads of other aspects of your chart. So you could definitely, if you're interested in looking deeper into yourself, definitely check out your birth chart and start understanding it. Your mother is your home, your mother is your safety net, your mother is the place that you can always fall back on. And when you don't have a mum, or if you have a mother who's physically there but you don't have a connection with her, you don't have that emotional connection with her, you can feel like you don't have anything to fall back on. You literally feel like there is no safety net to fall back on. It's like you're in the sky, high up in the sky, and you're doing an assault course where you've got to step from one pillar to the next, and there isn't a trampoline underneath you. You don't have a harness, but you can see everyone else around you with their harnesses on, and they've got their trampolines to fall back onto if they fall off. But Capricorn moons, they don't have a crutch, they don't have a harness, they don't have a safety net. They literally just have themselves, and this is why money is everything to them. This is why they value security and stability, because it wasn't created for them. They have to create it themselves. And in the long run, it's so blessed in the long run, it really is, because you end up, as a Capricorn moon, you end up creating the perfect life that you always dreamt of all by yourself. And I mean, it just is better when you've done something on your own, when you've got through something on your own. I feel like you're more successful because you didn't have any help, or you didn't have any a mother to help you. You don't just have to have abusive parents to have to heal and to reparent yourself. Your mother might not have been abusive, but she might have just worked a lot and she might have never saw you, or it's like they don't just have to be abusive to neglect you. And I think once you realize that, you'll be able to start your healing process. And obviously the first thing that you should probably start with is your abandonment wounds, because that is it's probably the deepest wounds a Capricorn moon has, is their abandonment wounds, which was caused when like their emotions were ignored and they had to do everything themselves. And like before you heal this, like, I mean, obviously I started my healing journey a few years ago, and I remember like before I started healing, I would just attract the worst types of people, like, because of this, like, a wound. When you have a wound and it needs to be healed and it's not healed, the universe is going to put you through situations. You're going to attract people, you're going to attract situations that trigger that wound, because that's the way the universe works. If there's something that you need to heal, it will be showed to you. And obviously sometimes it is going to be in a painful situation. Like I said, Capricorns, we are ruled by Saturn, so Saturn is gonna put us through them difficult situations, but we learn about ourselves and we learn how to heal. Capricorn moons, before you start to heal this abandonment wounds, or these wounds from childhood, you'll notice that you can tend to attract people who behave the same way that your mother did, or whoever neglected your emotions, whoever forced you to grow up and mature so quickly. It's actually disturbing. You'll attract relationships, people who are just emotionally unavailable, people who discard your emotions, and people who can't support you emotionally. That's why it's so funny that Capricorn moons are like the cold ones and the heartless ones. It's like, it's just a protection shell. If you are attracting emotionally unavailable people, or people who discard and destroy or try to destroy or are just horrible to you emotionally, you can get out of that. And I want to say that that's not okay, what they're doing. And if you're around people like that, I hope that you can remove yourself away from those types of people, and you can come back from anything. You will meet and you will attract people who support you, people who emotionally fulfill you, people who like respect and listen to your emotions the more you heal. A healing journey, it really isn't for the weak. It's really not. It's not the easy path, but it's the path you've got to take if you're wanting to obviously not turn out like your parents, because a lot of people, they just don't heal from anything. And yeah, I'm not going to get into that. Another thing, Capricorn moons, we got our childhood snatched away from us. We had no option other than to grow into an adult. So because Capricorn moon's childhood was taken away, their innocence was taken away very early on, it's important for a Capricorn moon person to not be ashamed to connect with their inner child. Capricorn moons, we need to work with our inner children. We need to play. It's very healing for a Capricorn moon person to play with kids and animals and like be running around like outside, being silly, like doing childlike things. It's very healing, because we could do that, or some of us couldn't, but there was always like a limit. There was always like it wasn't for very long. So yeah, like if you are a Capricorn moon, like go out and have as much fun as you want, like, because you work so hard all the time. You'll even like, you can literally be so drained, like so drained, and you've got like a million things to do outside of work, but you're at your desk and you're just working and working, like you're just always working, and you need to take a break. Capricorn moon, you need to. All of this emotional neglect and the lack of babying turns this Capricorn moon into someone who can be very hard and very serious sometimes. That's not really who they are, that's just what they appear like. Everyone, like with anything, a lot of things look different on the outside than what they do on the inside, and that's very significant when talking about Capricorn moons. Like, all of this emotional neglect and the fact that they didn't really get babied, like they never got babied, and obviously it's unhealthy if you baby a child too much, but at the same time you can't just treat a child like they're 50 years old. They need a baby, do you know what I mean? And the fact that they didn't get this emotional support and nurture, like maternal nurture, they missed out on that maternal, motherly nurture. It ends up festering away inside of the Capricorn moon person, and they internalize it. However your mother and your father treated you, you will internalize that. A baby is a sponge to its environment. This causes Capricorn moon people to be very hard on themselves because their parents were hard on them. It's very important for you to be gentle with yourself and be soft, be compassionate. We are misunderstood because we don't put ourselves out there emotionally from the get-go, and this is why Capricorn moons, we need to learn how to just sometimes just do it. At first it really does feel uncomfortable, like I would literally actually feel really sick. It's like every time I would share anything about myself, I'd instantly regret it and like feel like I'd be thinking about it for ages, like, oh, like why did I do that? But now, because I've kept on doing it, I've slowly started to just open up. It is really healing, so try to do that if you are a Capricorn moon and you struggle with opening up. Capricorn moons are so misunderstood because of the fact that they don't reveal a lot about themselves, and they're always under control. They're very calm and collected, and obviously the devil is calm and collected, so you know, I understand why people think that we look very heartless, but it's just because of years of these people creating this hard shell for us to wear. We didn't want to have it. Yeah, it's very common for a Capricorn moon person to have a secret life or a double life. They have a life that no one really knows about. Obviously there will be people like their family, but they genuinely will have a whole different life that looks nothing like the life that you think that they're living. Obviously, if you find this helpful, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.